Hello and welcome to Elle E's Lessons for Writers. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Kindle Create and how to use it to format your book. The first thing you need to do is open Kindle Create. I already have it open on my screen, but for you, you might want to type in here in the bottom left, Kindle, and it'll come up, Kindle Create. Click on it and that'll open it. You can also double click on your desktop icon if you have one of those. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is hit Choose File, and then I am going to select the file for my current novella, which is Lawfully Held. Choose Open, and this part takes a few minutes. It's importing and converting the Word document into a file that it can use. You have to have a Word document for this. So if you haven't seen the previous episode where we take our Scrivener file and we turn it into a Word document using the compile feature, and we start putting it into Kindle Create, you might want to check that video out. If you already write in Word, then you're in luck because that's the file format that you need for this. When you import your document successfully, you'll get that blue check mark at the bottom here, and it'll say Import Successful. Click Continue, then click Get Started. Your next step is going to be to move this little box that popped up. It's your chapter titles. If you can hold your mouse on the top, and you can move it around to where you want it. So right here where it says suggested chapter titles, just click there, but click and hold and you can move it to whatever works for you best. Okay, now you'll see it has some things here selected that are not chapter titles for me. So Lawfully Held is not a chapter title, it is the name of the book, the title page. So we're going to uncheck that. Now these three things are not chapter titles. So we are going to undo those and hit Accept Selected. So the first thing I'm going to do is go down here to where my reader letter, my about page, and my acknowledgements are, and I'm going to fix them up a little bit. For the reader letter, I want to include it in the table of contents, but I don't want to call chapter 1, so we're going to change that to reader letter, and we're going to take that off there. It doesn't need to say reader letter on it. Okay, and then we'll go to the next one here, which is our About page. And we'll include it in the table of contents and call it About the Author. But again, we don't need it to say that here. And then we'll scroll down to the next one, and we have the Acknowledgements page. Which if you click on here, it will give you the option to include in table of contents. And then you'll just type in acknowledgements, and you're good to go. Okay. The next step, after you have your table of contents entries ready, which is all of the chapters that were on that list, plus whatever your back matter is, your reader letter, about the author, acknowledgements, anything you might have for that. The next step is going to be to choose your theme. So up here you can click on this T and it'll bring up the theme options. There are 4 options. I personally like the 4th one, so I'm going to choose that. Now I'm going to show you something that makes it look really weird. If you highlight the title and you choose book title, you can see how terrible that looks. Easy to fix. Just go to Formatting, Advanced Font Options, and then you'll see this capital A and little a. If you click there, you can choose Title Case, and you can see how much better that looks. Now for the author name, I'll highlight that and go to Author Name. And that looks fine. Now go to the copyright page and just choose copyright text, and that will format it properly for your copyright. I don't like that this is a different font than this, so I want to change it so it matches. And that looks better. I just made that second line 8 points instead of 10. Now we will go to the dedication page. Just click in front of the dedication, choose Elements, and then you can tell this it's a dedication just by clicking on that. And now we are at our chapters. Now for the chapters, each one you want to choose first paragraph, then formatting, and apply drop cap. You can adjust your drop cap, make it bigger or smaller. I like it just the way it makes it to begin with. You can also add letters to it. I don't like that, but however you like yours is fine. I only have 7 chapters, so this shouldn't take long to do mine. Again, you're going to want to do Elements, first paragraph, formatting, apply drop cap. Go to chapter 3, and it's the same thing for each one. First paragraph, formatting, apply drop cap. Once you've done all of your formatting for the first paragraph, then the next thing to do is to go through and see if you have any block quotes that you need to take care of. I know I have one in here, so I have to find that, and here it is. And I'm going to go to Elements and choose on book body down here at the bottom, and then you can pull down to find it, and here is block quote. Okay, now highlight mother where it says that and block quote that, and you can see now this appears like the letter that it is within the book. Okay. The next thing you might want to think about doing is changing your separators. Now you'll see here, this is my first separator, and if I click on the separator in here, it just looks so much nicer. So you could go through and do those. One way to do it is to use the Find button, and then just paste in what you're looking for. In my case, it's the 3 infinity symbols. Find next, and you'll see there it is. So here I click on separator and it changes it to the better format. Okay, so you can go through and do that using the Find button. It might take a few minutes for sure. Once you've changed your separators, you might want to go and look at your back matter again. You have your reader letter, just make sure everything lays out the way you want it to. Like here, maybe you want to put a return in. And then you can go to formatting and spacing, and maybe just adjust that a little. You might want to make it bigger, you might want to make it smaller. But make sure that it looks good to you. So adjust it until it looks right to you, and then you should be good. And then go to my About Author page, and I don't like this. I'd rather have it over to the left because it lays out much nicer if it's over to the left. So I am going to highlight all of this and tell it to left justify and remove the indents. And I think I'm also, those links are very sensitive, so you have to be careful where you click. As you can see, it took me whether I wanted to go or not. You can just adjust everything the way you like it. Again, sensitive links, so you may have to deal with that. Once it looks right to you, then the next step to do is to choose preview. Just take a look at how your book looks in the preview. I'm starting from the back because that's what I want to see. I want to see how those links turned out. And you see here where it has you can connect with Elle on her website and blog. I want to have that HTTPS, that hyperlink on the next line because I think it'll look better. So I'm going to close this again, the previewer, and go back to that. And let's bring that. And then it has or on social media. And we'll leave that the way it is. And we might even make some of this font a little bit smaller. It's at 12 points. I'm going to make it 10 so that everything fits on the one page. And then just go through and take a look at how your book turned out. If you like the way the chapter headings and the drop caps and everything look. I'm quite happy with the way this turned out. So I am going to compile it, or in this case, it's called publish it. So let's save the document. Save. I'm going to delete the old one just so that we're not having any confusion. Lawfully held, and then that KC is for Kindle Create. So we'll just hit save. And now up here where you saw theme, you have theme, save, preview, and publish. Click on publish, and we'll choose lawfully held. Yes, I want to replace it. And now my file is ready to publish. I already have KDP open because I've already been working on this. So I am going to come down here to upload ebook manuscript and select the new version of that file. When that uploads successfully, it'll tell you manuscript uploaded successfully. And then from there you can preview it again. You can come down here to launch previewer. can just go through the previewer and make sure everything looks as you expect it to look. Same as you did before. Can't hurt to go page by page, even though it might take a little bit of time. But for your sake, I won't do that on the video. We'll take a look at the reader letter. Make sure everything seems to fit in there all right. And then we'll look at the about the author. And the acknowledgements. And it looks like everything is good to go. Thanks for watching LEK's Lessons for Writers. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel.